Well, good morning, Tillamook. Looking at the temperatures early this morning, I saw the Arctic air was east of Hood River. The temperatures west of Hood River were mainly in the mid to upper 30s, while east of Hood River they were in the mid to low teens. And north of that into Washington, they were in the single digits with some negative numbers showing up also. This morning we're seeing light rain with temperatures in the low 40s and westerly winds as the low pressure area moves eastward in the Pacific towards the Oregon coast. Later today, the winds shift and become more easterly at 5 to 10, with the temperatures starting to fall along with the snow level, which is currently around 1,500 feet this morning. By around sunset, the temperatures will have fallen to around 36 and the snow level down to around 1,100 feet, so more snow can be expected across the coast range passes through tonight. So for the lower levels tonight, we can expect more rain, then some snow, then some freezing rain as the temperatures continue to fall below freezing and the snow level down to around 900 feet. The winds will be increasing to easterly 14 to 18, gusting to 30, with the overnight temperatures dropping to near 21. The wind chill for anyone outside will be in the single digits. Now for tomorrow, things are looking really ugly. With the high temperature only climbing to near 29, this means the area can see rain, snow, freezing rain, or even some sleet, and the precipitation could be heavy at times. Then throw in some easterly winds 20 to 25 gusting to 40, which could also give you some blowing snow. Total ice accumulation could be somewhere between 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch. Throw in there maybe an inch of snow and sleet. This takes care of tomorrow during the day. Tomorrow night looks to bring similar conditions with rain, snow, sleet, and freezing rain, along with some easterly winds 15 to 20 gusting to 35, again causing some patchy blowing snow. This could also bring another 1/10 of an inch of ice on top of what is already there, and maybe another half an inch of snow. Oh, and tomorrow night's temperature will be around 19, putting the wind chill down closer to 0. As is always the case with an approaching low-pressure system, there is some variation on where the models have it coming ashore. This can affect the precipitation totals and the maximum winds, but will have little effect on the expected wind direction or the temperatures. I should mention that the National Weather Service has issued a winter storm watch valid from 4 p.m. this evening through 4 a.m. Sunday for the possibility of a trace to 4 inches of snow and a trace to 4/10 of an inch of ice, along with the winds 30 to 50 across the coast range into our area. They mention this will make hazardous traveling conditions as well as causing concern for tree damage and power outages. It looks like Sunday morning the low pressure will be east of the area as a ridge of high pressure builds in over our region. The good news from this is that we can expect mostly sunny skies with warming temperatures and decreasing easterly winds. The high that afternoon around 38, but we will still have frozen temperatures that morning through around noon, so whatever's on the road will not melt until the afternoon. And with the temperatures expected to fall to 32 a little after sunset, on its way to a nighttime low of near 24, any remaining moisture on the ground will refreeze. Monday will be partly sunny, dry, and breezy, the high near 43. Then in comes some clouds ahead of the next system that'll bring rain back in Tuesday, with rain likely Wednesday and Thursday. The highs warming into the low 50s by midweek, the lows in the mid to upper 30s. So to summarize, the coast range will see dangerous traveling conditions starting this evening with ice and snow that makes its way down to the coast later tonight, and these conditions will persist through Sunday. There's about a 60% chance of 1 inch or more of snow at the coast range passes this evening through early Sunday, with about a 30% chance of 1 inch of snow down at the coast. It is possible that there will be periods of heavy rain, snow, and sleet, and freezing rain possible also. Time to bring in the 3 Ps, pets, plants, and people, as we're looking at the coldest temperatures this winter season starting tonight through around Tuesday morning. And I've heard from several people about their concern that this unusual cold event is taking place and wondering why. Well, sorry to say, they do occur somewhere in the U.S., more often than you realize, but usually sparing us. There was one that occurred in January of 2014 that was similar to many other cold outbreaks that have occurred in the past, including several notable outbreaks in 1977, 1982, 1985, and 1989. You have likely heard these referred to as a polar vortex. It's been a few years since Oregon was affected by one, but here it is. So what is this polar vortex? Well, it's a large low-pressure area and cold air that normally sits over the pole in the winter, but sometimes gets dragged south by the jet stream. There are several things that the polar vortex is not. Polar vortexes are not something new. The term polar vortex has only recently been popularized, bringing attention to the weather feature that has always been present. is also not a feature that exists at the Earth's surface. Weather forecasters examine the polar vortex by looking at conditions tens of thousands of feet up in the atmosphere. However, when we feel extremely cold air from the Arctic regions at the Earth's surface, it is sometimes associated with the polar vortex. This is not confined to the United States either. Portions of Europe and Asia also experience cold surges connected to the polar vortex. By itself, the only danger to humans is the magnitude of how cold the temperatures get when the polar vortex expands, sending Arctic air southward into the area that are not typically that cold. So that's it for this edition. Again, everyone be careful for the next few days. Only go out in this mess when you absolutely have to. This is meteorologist Gordon McCraw with the Tillamook County Pioneer saying, stay warm and safe, everyone.